How's it going, everyone? This is Carlos Franco, and welcome to Inside Buena Park. Today, we're at the city's newest restaurant in town, the groundbreaking of Rock Brews. And if you didn't know, Rock Brews is also partially owned by Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, part of the world-famous rock band Kiss. They're here for the groundbreaking, too. Rock Brews promises to bring yet another unique, family-friendly dining experience to Buena Park's entertainment corridor. Once completed, the location will be the largest venue for Rock Brews to date. At over 8,000 square feet, it will have seating for over 390 guests. It will also mean the addition of many new job openings in the city. It will feature one of the area's largest selection of craft brews and a rockin' gourmet menu, combined with rock and roll artwork and memorabilia. And with the backing of two of the world's top rock and roll Hall of Fame musicians and performers, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley from the legendary rock band Kiss, along with their co-owners and investors, out-of-town guests are surely going to enjoy their time visiting Buena Park. The groundbreaking of this business here on Beach Boulevard marks the first stage of the long-awaited revitalization of the entertainment corridor the city has been working on for over 10 years. It began by purchasing blighted areas of Beach Boulevard and demolishing them for investment in a new approach to enhancing the visitor's experience to the city. Rock Brews will be built on the former site of the Hometown Inn Motel that was demolished back in 2010. The land has sat vacant since then because of the loss of the city's redevelopment agency. Jim Vanderpool explains.
So right in the middle of redoing Beach Boulevard, the state of California abolished redevelopment, and so this was one of our very first projects that we put together. And so it's been a little challenging, but we've delivered on that promise to make a new Beach Boulevard for Buena Park for our residents, for our tourists. And this is the first one, so we're breaking ground on Rock Brews, exciting new venue for Buena Park, again, for our residents and for our visitors.
Well, that's very cool, Jim. Can you please tell us a little bit about what else is happening in town?
You know, on this corridor, we're bringing new hotels, we're bringing new restaurants, we're bringing new attractions. You know, the great thing about just all this fun stuff for our tourists and our residents, but it also creates a ton of jobs here in our local economy. So what a boost for Buena Park from that perspective.
Here I am with Scott of Economic Development. And Scott, can you please tell me a little bit about how we got to this project in the first place?
Sure. This Rock Brews project is the first of several economic development, redevelopment projects in our entertainment corridor on Beach Boulevard. We're really excited to get it going. The redevelopment agency spent many years and several $1 million acquiring multiple properties, including several blighted motels, some blighted commercial sites, and we demolished them, cleaned them up, found new developers to build brand new restaurants, hotels, and this is the first one, and we're really excited about it today.
This is kind of a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. Rock Brews is standing right where the old Hometown Inn used to stay, right?
Correct. It was a blighted two-story motel that had several problems with crime and dilapidation and people staying illegally longer than they're allowed to. It was a real problem site. So the agency acquired it and has really, like I said, we're really excited for this to be the first on the boulevard of a lot of great things to come.
Soon, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley arrived at the event and greeted guests. To open the ceremony, Mr. Paul Stanley led the group in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everybody, hand over heart. Patriotism is always cool. And repeat, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So today, like I said, is the ceremonial groundbreaking. I got a little hole over there where there's going to be a restaurant soon. This is going to be Rock Brews' biggest and best restaurant yet, over 8,200 feet inside, plus a big 2,000 square foot patio. Rock Brews is a rock-inspired, family-friendly, rock and roll atmosphere. Rock Brews welcomes kids and dogs. This location specifically is going to have the first ever pro beach volleyball court at a Rock Brews. An expanded outdoor kids play area. Paul was just in Redondo Beach, his kids on Saturday. And my son has been actively, Logan, he's 8 years old, he's been actively working on helping me design this play area. So hopefully it'll be really, really nice. What else? I think Mayor Art Brown is up next. like to introduce the mayor of Buena Park, Art Brown.
Thank you and good afternoon. It's always a pleasure to see new groundbreaking here in the city along our entertainment corridor. This is the first groundbreaking for a redevelopment project here on the corridor. We're just happy it's going to be the Rock and Brew is going to be the first place here in the city. It'll be a place to eat for all our families and the tourists. It's going to be provide about 180 some jobs during construction and 100 jobs permanent here to work in the restaurant. So we want to thank Gene Simmons and the gang for deciding to come to Buena Park, and let's give them all a great big hand.
Make sure to elect the mayor next time, would you please?
You know, the place where we're standing right now was a blighted, motel, crime-ridden problem for the city. And what a great new attraction, restaurant, family-friendly place that we're bringing in its place. So I met with John a little over a year ago now, almost to the day, and he talked about bringing music and craft beer to Buena Park, and I knew we'd get along just great from that point forward. So John, I want to thank you for trusting Buena Park, for investing in Buena Park. Thank you for creating jobs, sprucing the place up, and I promised you red carpet. I'm glad we delivered, and this is the beginning of a lot more fun things to happen in Buena Park. We're getting used to groundbreakings, and what a very appropriate place to start our groundbreakings here on the corridor. We're going to invest $5 million to make the corridor look a little nicer, starting after the first of the year. With that, welcome to Buena Park. So excited. Thank you for being here.
Let me tell you a little about Rock and Brews for those that you don't know. Rock and Brews is not your typical food chain, food service that comes in and plunders a neighborhood. We embrace a community. We have a great sense of obligation to the people who embrace us. We bring in local produce. We give jobs to people. We make sure that we give back to the community. You know, some people say that charity is an option. Rock and Brews always believes that charity is an obligation. We give back through the Wounded Warriors. We always make sure that the people who make this possible are the ones that are recognized. We've got great police force. We embrace them. We recognize them. We are proud Americans, and we are proud to be here, and we do everything possible to wave the flag for this great country. Yeah. And we serve some pretty damn good food.
So I've done a few developments in my life, and the city of Buena Park has easily been the most pleasurable city to work with. I was very, very impressed. The entire city staff really made things just easy for me and for Rock and Brews. So I want to extend a big thank you to the entire city staff. I am going to call out one guy in specific, senior planner Michael Ressler. He just really went. Hey, Mike! He just went above and beyond and held my hand through the entire process because I need it. And
yeah, I just want to say real quick, because I always love to speak more than John Mesko. But John actually was our first franchisee. He's a good friend of mine. His son and my son are best friends. So I kind of roped him into the restaurant business. And once you get bitten by the bug, it's quite a bug. And now he's building Rock and Brews all over. So I'm just really proud of John. This is going to be the greatest Rock and Brews. I saw it being designed from the ground up. This is going to be the new standard for Rock and Brews. So thank you everybody for coming. And my partner who talked me into doing Rock and Brews, Dave Furano.
I'm going to make this real sweet. We have great partners here. John, thanks so much for making this happen. Gene, Paul, thank you so much. This is going to be part of our dream coming true. Thank you all, Buena Park, for having us come to your great city. We look to serve you and fuss over you and make all of the community in Buena Park happy with Rock and Brews. Thank you.
One, two, three.
You want to do one more time? Just
As people were getting pictures of this event, I was able to speak with Mike Ressler, as well as get some comments from Mr. Paul Stanley. All right, so here we are with Senior City Planner Mike Ressler. Mike, you were mentioned being part of this project. Tell me a little bit about what you think and what's going on.
Oh, this is a nice addition to the entertainment corridor area. It's kind of the starting point for the redevelopment of this area. It's an exciting venue. I think it's a 10,000 square foot altogether, 6,000 square foot inside, 4,000 square foot in a patio. They brought the building towards the street, so everybody along the street can see all the activity. And to boot, they're putting a 65-foot tall neon guitar out front that's going to provide a lot of exposure for this new venue.
That's great. And I hear they're building this in big enough to fit like 400 people, right?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. They're going to have a huge outdoor dining area as well as indoor. Again, this is just going to be a nice addition to our entertainment corridor.
Okay, so here we are with rock legend Paul Stanley of KISS, the world-famous rock band. Tell me, what is this about, man?
Rock Brews is a phenomenon that we've opened 10 so far. They're going to open worldwide. They're as big as any rock band in the sense that people love coming. It's a community kind of spirit. We not only open up, we don't come in and trample what's here. We become part of the community. So we give back, but we also put together a family-friendly environment. Rock and roll is the core of what we do. But you can bring your pets, you can bring your kids. There's areas for the kids to play in. The food's off the hook. The staff's pretty good looking. I'm talking about the women. And but it's a really great place to come and hang. We have usually between 80 and 100 craft beers, and we make sure that we support the local, produce, and make sure that we're a good neighbor.
Now, Paul, as soon as this place opens in like late July, fall area, I'm definitely going to be here with everyone in town. I'm wondering, are you going to be in here having a few beers with us too?
I was just at Redondo over the weekend. I go to Rock and Brews because I love them. I wouldn't be involved if it didn't start off with something that was a real passion. So it's great food, great beers, great people. I mean, what more? And great music. So am I there? Yeah, of course I'll be here.
Sweet. That's it for Paul Stanley, man. Rock and roll, all-American rock band. That's all you can have right here in Buena Park, in your city of Buena Park, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2, 3. Yeah!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've just witnessed the groundbreaking of the biggest and the best Rock and Brews restaurant right here in Buena Park. We just got started here with the rock party, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, and everybody else in town. We hope you join this party as soon as it opens up in July or the fall. So hope you stick around. My name is Carlos Franco, inside your city in Buena Park.